Welcome to a journey of self-discovery and evolution with the Enneagram. This video is designed to be your start here guide into the realms of the Enneagram's ancient wisdom. I've organized this presentation into two main sections, each crafted to provide you with foundational insights into the Enneagram's transformative power. In the first half of this video, I'm offering a traditional teaching into the basics of the Enneagram of Personality. We will cover the classic teachings of the Enneagram, just as I taught for over a decade, and as you would encounter in every foundational class on the Enneagram. This is about the traditional understanding of the 9 distinct personality types, their motivations, fears, and desires. It's a time-honored model that provides the base from which the Enneagram community begins this journey. If you are new to the Enneagram of Personality or seeking a refresher, this first part is crafted especially for you. Now, the second half of this video is an exploration of the Enneagram beyond traditional teachings. I will introduce you to the Enneagram of Essence, which is a deeper level of understanding and working with the Enneagram types. This approach connects the wisdom of our personality traits to the core essence of each type, beyond those traits. We will explore how each personality type has a fundamental relationship to its core essence and how we use evidence-based somatic therapy techniques to embody this essence. I believe that it is in this process that we can truly heal the stressed out components of the Enneagram types. This is where the Enneagram transforms from a tool for insight into a path of holistic healing and integrating our intellect, heart, and gut in a powerful way. So whether you're here to build a foundational understanding of the Enneagram of Personality, or you're ready to dive deeper into the Enneagram of Essence, this video offers you a guide to both. And if you've been following my work but are not clear on what sets this model apart, this will help you understand the difference. Let's begin with part 1. A lesson on the classic teachings of the Enneagram. The Enneagram is an ancient system that has mysterious roots, but we know that the contemporary approaches to the Enneagram of Personality are primarily derived from the teachings of the Bolivian psychospiritual teacher Oscar Ichazo from the 1950s and the Chilean psychiatrist Claudio Naranjo from the 1970s. The Enneagram as a typology defines 9 personality types, sometimes called Ennea types, which are represented by points on a geometric figure called the Enneagram. Ennea means 9 and gramos means a figure or something written. Enneagram figure is composed of 3 parts: a circle, an outer circle, an inner triangle connecting the points 3, 6, and 9, and an irregular hexagonal figure connecting the numbers 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, and 7. According to some traditions, the outer circle symbolizes unity, the inner triangle symbolizes the law of 3, and the hexagram represents the law of 7. These are the elements that constitute the usual Enneagram figure. Now, the Enneagram outlines 9 distinct personality types. Each type has its own set of motivations, fears, and desires that influence our behavior. Each type also has an underlying essence, which is our unconditioned nature, and it provides an inner resource and an inner nourishment to our whole being, our nervous system. It is the sort of medicine that helps to heal the difficult aspects of our personality traits. Some traditions mention the names of the essence of each type. Some traditions don't mention them at all, but as you might have guessed, the Enneagram of Essence actually centers this aspect of it, and that's where we'll go in the second part of this video. For now, let's go over the basics of the 9 types. Type 1 is called the reformer. Principled, idealistic, ones are motivated by a desire to live the right way, improve themselves and the world around them. They fear moral corruption, being wrong or defective. Their deep desire is for perfection and integrity, seeking to be good, ethical, and above reproach. Type 2s, the helpers. Generous and self-sacrificing, 2s are driven by the need to be loved and valued, and they find this by helping others. They fear being unwanted or unworthy of love. Their desire is to feel loved and appreciated, to be seen as helpful and caring. Type 3s. The achievers. Ambitious and adaptive, 3s are motivated by the need to be successful and to appear successful to others. They fear failure and being worthless. Their desire is to excel, to be recognized for their achievements, and to be admired as valuable and esteemed. Type 4s. The individualist. Deeply creative and expressive. 4s are driven by the need to be unique and to express their individuality. They fear having no identity or personal significance. Their desire is for uniqueness and to be understood and appreciated for their authentic selves. Type 5, the investigator or observer. Innovative and perceptive, 5s crave knowledge and competency to feel capable and prepared. They fear being overwhelmed by the world or seen as incompetent. Their desire is to be knowledgeable and self-sufficient, valuing insight and understanding. Type 6, the loyalist. Responsible and anxious. 6s are motivated by the need for security and support. They fear being without support and guidance. Their desire is for stability and certainty, to feel safe and prepared in an unpredictable world. Type 7, the enthusiast. Fun-loving and spontaneous, 7s are driven by the desire to experience life to the fullest, to avoid pain and boredom. They fear being trapped in emotional pain and missing out on something better in life. Their desire is for freedom, excitement, and the plethora of positive experiences life has to offer. Type 8s, the challenger. Confident and assertive, 8s are motivated by the need to be self-reliant and to protect themselves and others. They fear being harmed or controlled by others, and their desire is for control over their own life and destiny, showing strength and independence. And finally, type 9, the peacemakers. Peaceful and accommodating, 9s are motivated by the need to maintain inner and outer peace. They fear loss and separation and disturbances in their personal peace. Their desire is for harmony and unity and to create a comfortable and stable environment. Let's talk about an aspect of the Enneagram that really brings the whole Enneagram to every human: the idea of triads, groups of 3. Most of the Enneagram world calls these centers of intelligence. Picture these 3 centers as the headquarters of our thinking, our feeling, and our gut instincts. Even though we use all 3 centers in our day-to-day lives, we each have a go-to center that shapes a lot of our personality quirks. Let me break it down. First, we have the thinkers or the head types, types 5, 6, and 7. These folks are in the intellectual center and spend a lot of time in their heads, wrestling with fears and what-ifs. It's like their minds are always on, analyzing everything around them. Then there are the feelers or the heart types. Types 2, 3, and 4. Nestled in the emotional center, they navigate the world through their feelings, and they're really tuned into how they present themselves to others, often called the image types. They deal with a roller coaster of emotions, moments of deep connection, and feelings of melancholy and despair. Last but not least, we have the doers, or the gut types, 8, 9, and 1, who belong to the instinctual center. These are our gut-driven people, reacting strongly to things that provoke their inner sense of right and wrong, often finding themselves face-to-face with anger. Each center and its 3 types give us a unique lens to view our behaviors, motivations, and our challenges. It's like having a map that shows us why we think, feel, or react in a certain way, and more importantly, how we can grow from understanding these patterns. Notice how I am talking in this part 1 about the types as types of people. These type of people are like this, and those are like that, etc. In the next part, part 2, we will explore the Enneagram as a model for our wholeness, and I will refer to the types as parts of us. Now let's go into the lines of the Enneagram. Diving into the lines that connect the points. Think of these lines not just as random connections, but as pathways that offer us a deeper glimpse into our personality. Some Enneagram traditions refer to these as our relaxed or stressed pathways, or points of integration and disintegration. Here's the scoop. These lines suggest that our core type is just part of our story. They hint that we've got backup personality traits from two other types that we swing to under different life scenarios, when we are relaxed in our comfort zone or when we are under the stress of life. All right, let's cover another really important dimension, the 3 instinctual subtypes. These subtypes add another layer of characterization. They give each personality 3 distinct variations. This is why you might hear some Enneagram teachers talking about the 27 types. So everyone's got these 3 instinctual energies: self-preservation, sexual, or think of it more as intimacy or one-to-one vibes, and social. It's like we're all walking around with our own internal orientation set to navigate toward one of these energies more strongly than the others. So if you're in the self-preservation group, you're all about keeping yourself safe and sound. It's like having an internal security system always on the lookout. Now, if sexual, or let's call it intimacy, is your go-to, connecting deeply with someone special or finding that one-to-one connection is your fixation. And for the social subtypes, it's all about fitting in and finding your function in groups, whether it's at a party or within a community. Mixing these instincts with the 9 personality types, we end up with 27 unique flavors of personalities. So even though we all dabble in all 3 energies, one of these instincts is leading the charge. Now, have you heard of the work of the Enneagram? So grasping your Enneagram type is merely the opening chapter to a more profound journey of self-discovery. It unveils not just the what of our actions and inclinations, but the why behind them. The work of the Enneagram of Personality lies in our ability to recognize our automatic patterns, the ones that keep us running in circles and hitting our head against the same wall. It invites us to step back and observe rather than be swept away by these patterns. Through this lens, we learn to challenge our habitual behaviors with intentional actions that align more closely to our authentic self, rather than merely reacting in ways defined by our type's default settings. It's about finding insight, yes, but also about action, actively choosing paths that confront our automatic responses and foster growth. So how do you find your primary type? Identifying your Enneagram type is a journey of deep introspection and discovery, inviting you to delve deep into your motivations, fears, and behaviors. A lot of that is unconscious territory, so it takes a lot of building self-awareness. Now, personality tests have been all the rage for a while, but let's be honest. For many years, their accuracy was hit or miss. At this Enneagram school that I taught with, we advised folks to take these tests with a grain of salt, to be wary of their ability to truly capture the depth and nuance of your personality. But here's the good news. The landscape of personality assessments has evolved. Today, there are more reliable tests, especially those offering insights into how much we resonate with each of the 9 types. This approach gives us a percentage of each type. It's a powerful validation of the Enneagram of Essence concept, which encourages us to explore and embrace all 9 types within. So, for over 2 decades, I have studied, taught, and lived the Enneagram of Personality, sharing the insights that you've just heard, which mirror what most introductory courses or videos on the Enneagram offer. But through this journey, I've discovered a deeper dimension to this powerful system. So let's move on to the second part of this video and explore how the Enneagram of Essence evolves the traditional understanding and invites us into a more holistic journey of self-discovery and integration. The Enneagram of Essence does not replace the traditional Enneagram of Personality teachings, but deepens it, enriching our understanding by shifting the spotlight. Instead of focusing solely on personality traits and behaviors, it dives into the nourishing qualities that underpin them, encouraging a healing journey back to our core essence. This experience of reconnecting serves as a profound inner nourishment. Key distinctions in this approach include centering essence over personality. We view the personality traits as symptoms that emerge when we lose touch with our inner essence. So understanding the personality types is very important, given that it's the focus of the broader Enneagram community, but we center essence because of its transformative power. After all, isn't the point of all this Enneagram knowledge to ignite real and lasting change in our lives? To truly connect with essence, we use embodiment techniques that tap into a level of felt, somatic nourishment, which is how our personality traits finally begin to soften and heal. Our personality traits in this model are seen as external searches for what can only be found within. Another cornerstone of this approach is the concept of wholeness. We utilize the Enneagram as a framework for discovering all 9 types within ourself. So we take the traditional teachings of the 3 centers of intelligence, head, heart, and gut. We take it very seriously. Since we embody all 3 centers, obviously, we all have a head, a heart, and a gut. We inherently possess all 9 types. Each represent a different orientation within our 3 centers. This understanding is vital for holistic healing and accessing inner resources beyond our primary type. We are complex beings, not defined by a single type or motivation or need. For instance, we all seek security, which is a head center need. We all need love, which is from our heart. We all need autonomy, which is a gut center need. By focusing exclusively on one primary type without acknowledging the presence and importance of all 9 types within, we remain blind to a range of inner dimensions and archetypes, motivations and needs, shutting ourselves off from the nutrients or inner resources that the essence of all 9 types provide. So while identifying your primary type is valuable, the journey does not end there. It's key to discover and connect with the essence of all 9 types as a comprehensive path to tapping into our full spectrum of inner resources. So now let's go over the 9 types again with this emphasis. Type 1, the essence of inner integrity, purity, and perfection. The type 1 in us embarks on a misguided quest for integrity, purity, and perfection in the external world. This character is filled with traits that aim to perfect our human thoughts, behaviors, and even our inner impulses, along with the world around us, in the unconscious hope of arriving at the nourishing experience of true integrity. The Enneagram of Essence teaches us that the path to genuinely connect with what our type 1 is seeking lies in cultivating and embodying the essence of inner integrity as a somatic experience, a process that naturally allows personality traits to relax. Type 2, the essence of inner compassion, nurturance, and kindness. The type 2 aspect of us engages in an external search for love and approval through acts of compassion and nurturance and kindness to others. This character is driven by the need to be needed, often placing others' needs before our own, in the hope of fulfilling a deep yearning for unconditional love. The Enneagram of Essence reveals that true compassion and nurturance begins within, by loving and accepting ourselves first, which in turn relaxes the external pursuit and allows for genuine connections to flourish. Type 3, the essence of inner value, worth, and wholeness. Type 3's journey often involves chasing success and recognition to feel valued and worthy. This personality's traits in us are focused on achieving and performing to gain admiration and avoid feeling worthless. However, the Enneagram of Essence invites the 3 in us to discover our intrinsic value and worth is not connected to our accomplishments or others' perceptions of us. This leads to a sense of wholeness that eases the relentless drive for external validation. Type 4, the essence of our inner belonging, beauty, and connection. The type 4 within us searches for identity and significance in uniqueness and emotional depth, believing that these experiences will grant us the belonging and connection that we crave. This character tends to feel fundamentally different or flawed, striving for a unique identity to fill an inner void. The Enneagram of Essence encourages the 4 in us to realize that true belonging and beauty reside in embracing our ordinary, simple, everyday human self and connecting with the shared human experience. This softens the intense and painful focus on individuality. Type 5, the essence of inner wonder, curiosity, and clarity. The type 5 in us retreats into the mind, seeking knowledge and understanding as a way to navigate the world safely. These traits in us include a thirst for information and an inclination to detach as a form of protection. The Enneagram of Essence shows the 5 in us that the essence of wonder and clarity is not found in the endless accumulation of data, but in engaging in the world from the open, quiet wisdom of our inner experience, openly and curiously. This allows for the need for isolation or the need to prove that we are competent by having enough knowledge. It allows for that to relax and invites us to directly experience life and remain present even when our mind is quiet and even when we don't have the answers. Type 6, the essence of inner trust, assurance, and stability. The type 6 path in us is marked by seeking security and certainty to counteract underlying anxiety and doubt. This personality character is defined by vigilance, loyalty, and skepticism, often preparing for worst-case scenarios in order to feel safe. The Enneagram of Essence guides the 6 in us to find true security and stability within, fostering an inner trust that diminishes the external search for certainty and supports a more grounded presence in the world and in all of its unknown. Type 7, the essence of inner freedom, joy, and abundance. The type 7 in us chases experiences and planning and possibilities to avoid pain and embrace pleasure, believing that this will lead to happiness and true fulfillment. These traits in us include avoiding discomfort and a perpetual search for the new and exciting. The Enneagram of Essence encourages the 7 in us to find true joy and freedom, not in escaping, but in the richness of the present moment, appreciating the abundance that comes from within and being fully engaged with life as it is. Type 8, the essence of inner strength, justice, and empowerment. The type 8's journey in us involves exerting control and showing strength, often challenging perceived injustices. This personality character is bold, decisive, and confrontational, driven by a deep desire for autonomy and respect. The Enneagram of Essence teaches the 8 in us that true strength and empowerment actually come from vulnerability and the willingness to show our softer sides, easing the need to dominate and allowing for more authentic connections. It also reconnects us with the kind of justice that is built into life itself. Type 9, the essence of inner harmony, unity, and balance. The type 9 in us seeks peace and harmony, often merging with others' preferences and avoiding conflict to maintain a sense of inner and outer calm. These traits in us involve a tendency to minimize our desires and our own needs to avoid disruption. The Enneagram of Essence reveals to the 9 in us that true peace comes from engaging fully with life, expressing our own perspectives, and acknowledging that balance involves embracing all aspects of existence, including conflict, intensity, and anger as a part of the whole. So, the Enneagram of Essence deepens traditional understanding by centering the nourishing qualities that underpin our personality traits and encouraging a journey back to our core essence. 2, views the personality traits as symptoms of losing touch with our inner essence. 3, embraces embodiment techniques for connecting with the somatic nourishment of essence, thereby softening our personality traits. And 4, introduces us to the concept of wholeness and utilizes the Enneagram as a tool to discover all 9 types within, emphasizing the importance of the 3 centers of intelligence, head, heart, and gut, and suggesting that we inherently possess all 9 types. So as we wrap up this journey together, if you're feeling called to explore further, to really dive into what it means to live from your essence, I warmly invite you to join us. Check out and join our Enneagram of Essence learning community. It's an online space where people like you come together to explore, learn, and grow. We have a level for just gathering and participating in groups and workshops, and we have a level that includes all these community gatherings and a full learning program to become deeply knowledgeable about this model and to really take the time to truly immerse in the inner work of embracing and embodying all the facets of the Enneagram within. Take care and keep exploring the essence of who you truly are.